finally get cracking on with it.
Hello everybody and welcome to the SD1. You saw it in the last video, you're going to see it in this one. In this one we are going to finally make some progress. As you can see here, all of our electrics work. Fantastic. So in this one we are going to redo the interior completely, sort out any rust, get all the electrics working, and we are going to take delivery of it because how did it end up here and why has it been gone so long? We'll recap the project as well because most of you are new here, most of you might have forgotten. I understand it's been a while, but we are cracking on with it, and as you can see, this is the best it's ever looked and smelled, quite frankly, in here. And you'll see some really gross mouse action. But without further delay, make sure to subscribe to the channel and we will catch up on the project now. Let's get right into this then. So as you can see here, I am testing the rear lights. They weren't working when the car was delivered to my house, so I sort of managed to wiggle a few things around and get them working. However, you can see here they're malfunctioning a bit. So you press your brake, it sort of strobes a bit. So that's the first part of this, is cleaning that awful boot out. Now, life gets in the way, as things always do. Stuff gets in the way, things happen, hence why the car's been sat for so long. So just to recap on this car then. In 2021, I think, 22, we bought this car, this Rover Sd1 2600S, and the engine didn't work, so it didn't start. It wouldn't go into gear. None of the electrics really worked, and none of the doors really worked. Now, I'll link the playlist below. This is obviously going to be in that playlist. But the car was essentially a hunk of metal with a Rover badge on it. There was a few things that were working to its credit, which is fine, but the majority of it was quite bad. So we bought it, we persevered with it, and then of course things happen as they do, and it ended up sitting for a good couple of months. I've of course now got it to my house, and after it being sat in a barn, it's gotten quite bad. A lot of mouse slurry, to say the least. So if you want a satisfying cleaning video, this is sort of it. And a lot of electrical problems. The car wouldn't even start. So that clip at the start of this, that's after I've had a decent work on it and figured everything out. But she now works. She now can do, car-related things to a point. So in this one, our main job is to get it all cleaned up, get it all nice so you can actually work on it and actually want to be in the car. Now, in this part, you can see me taking the tailgate to pieces. Reason why I'm taking all of this out the back so we can literally jet it down, because it is so disgusting and so bad. It's insane. You'll see it in one of these clips shortly. It's absolutely horrific. I've never seen it like it. I think it sort of became like a mouse haven, and then, as you know, if you have a society, the society needs somewhere to put its waste. That was my boot. So sorted all that out, got all that cleaned. There was of course another few issues, mainly electrical, with the rear of the car, so that was the other purpose behind all of this. The aim with this car is quite extraordinary, and I won't reveal it yet. But I put a hint in one of my other videos. This car needs to be back on the road. That's number one. It hasn't been on the road in about 16 years or something like that. No, we're going on about 18 years. So we're in quite a challenging situation. Of course, it is a very solid car. We've had a decent amount of welding done to it, so that is perfect. It's not really that much of a basket case. It was when we got it, but did a decent amount of work on it, and then of course watched all that work and all that progress dribble away as the months and the weeks turn to months in the barn. So poor thing has definitely been neglected, but we're back on track now and we're going to get this all sorted. So you can see this is quite a long episode. It is a lot of time to do all this. I filmed this over the period of about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and I've done a lot with this car in that time period. This isn't even the most up to date, so stay tuned for that. It's a proper slog, but
gosh damn, at the end he's going to be so worth it. And you can see by the state of a lot of these carpets, it's pretty horrific. You can see me pausing in the video, just looking at it like, what the hell is this? So we've definitely got a winner here. 77k miles, straight six. Yes, it's not a V8, but I'd like to provide evidence to why that doesn't matter and why these are very underappreciated. These were actually the most popular model, the 2600s. So, yeah, stick that in your walnut pipe and smoke it, because this is definitely a brilliant car. So we'll keep doing this, keep stripping it, and then we'll get to the inevitable jet wash. And you may be wondering why, well, not jet wash because I couldn't be bothered to take it out, but we'll get to the bit where I squirt a hose in the boot and get rid of all the poo. You may be asking, why did you do that? I disconnected all the electrics first, and I made sure everything was covered, any connections, etc. were covered up. Of course, the sunroof mechanism is in the boot, weirdly enough, so I had to obviously make sure that was covered up, and then we give it a good old spray down, and I'll just shut up and let you watch the spray. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one, because we are going to, of course, be announcing what the actual intent for this car is, and it is going to be spectacular. So make sure to subscribe and drop a comment below on what you think is going to happen to this lovely thing. We're getting to the last stages now to get this all taken to pieces, and you can see by this panning shot how bad the boot really was. It is horrific. So that is the boot nicely cleared. So we'll just quickly go over what needs to be done. We've had that patch welded there. That is the worst thing I've ever seen. And that one there is not particularly great, but who cares? That's fine. The other side's going there, so I'm gonna have to take that back, see what that looks like under there. I've taken the little paint tins out the floor, well, 2 of them anyway. We've still got 1 more that actually looks decent. And yeah, it's really nice and clean in here now. It's not a mouse's nest. Tank's gonna have to come out as well, but that's a story for another day. Cleaned all that up, put all the plastics back in. Next bit for me is cleaning up the fuse box, the rear fuse box, and everything like that, making sure all the fuses are in there, cleaning up any earths on the back. You can see there's one there that needs cleaning, and there's one there that probably needs cleaning up as well. And then I'll probably treat all the little speckles of rust like this, just to make sure, and then any of the bigger work will get done. But none of the carpets will be going back in yet, because I ideally want it to actually look decent. So we've got all of our bits out. That manual steering rack's for sale if anybody wants it. I've also got a water pump I don't need for a 2600. That's for sale if you want it. I've got the new ball joints in there. I've got the old carbs in there. Don't know what the hell to do with those. Got all the plastics, so it's just a case of putting it all back together. The doctrine on this one is going to be working back to front, because the front actually works, the back doesn't. So once we've got this working, move to the interior, get that nice. Engine is fine. Get the main thing with that is getting the washer pumps working. Tyre on this side, job's a good one. She should go through an MOT pretty fine. So we ain't got that much to do, really. It's just a lot of Phillips screws, which is nice because that makes my life easier. However, these grab handles are a bit difficult to take off, so we'll go over that in a minute. But first I want to get this off so we can get all of it drooping down a bit, so we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, because this is bad. And there's a reason why I'm actually filming this bit, because you're going to want to see what comes down. COVID 1984 is coming down. shouldn't ideally do it like this. Did I tell you I just had an operation on my nose, by the way? Because I had some sinus issues. Maybe it was caused by this. Down the back. Right, so this bit, it literally just all sort of comes apart like that. That's vile, isn't it? But the board looks good so far. So as you can imagine, I'm very happy with that. I need to figure out how to get this off. How do you take that off? Oh, like that. Like that. And you just pull it off. And then pull them out. And then you've got to take that bit off there. So you'll join me in a minute while I take all this off. But as you can see, it's looking terrible. Look at all that. So that's where the mice have been. Luckily, however, this is still solid. So that is bloody irritating now, because now I'm going to have to hoover all this again. But we kind of expected that. So we've gotten quite far with this, so I'm going to leave it in, because I'm happy now that this is fine. So we'll have to order some sort of fiberglass or something to sort that out. Something to like fill that up. So sort of built us another light unit. So we'll stick something in there. No, we'll sort that out properly. But yeah, you can see this is why you don't, I mean, I know this is gross, I'm picking up my hands, but this is why you don't leave cars in the fields. Because they do that. You see in here, all the crap. But yeah, I'm happy to say, I think we're a bit closer than we were to sorting this one out. So we'll sort out the interior in a few more bits. But the back as well, they've sort of come up from the boot into the back, bored through there, gone all the way through here, through this, bored through this. I forgot about this. Bit of malarkey. I'll leave that because that's for the sunroof. But this bit, yeah, it's all perished and it's crap. So we'll carry on and we'll hopefully get a bit closer. Here we are, we have successfully withdrawn some of the headline, and you can see the state of the damage on it. Now, I'm not even sure if I'm going to even reuse this, but to be honest with you, I think if I give it a wash down and see how it goes, I might actually do it. But yeah, we're nearly there. We nearly got the pea-stained one out. So all I need to do is get the rest of that out there, and then I can remove it. Oh, you've got to take these two off. Well, I haven't, I've just sort of bent them. So you don't have to take them off, bend those. In the middle as well, you get your little lights. Just pull it up from that. Mine's not exactly rigid. And then you've got these black bits, you can see them there. I'll be taking those out, 2 Phillips screws, and it should just pull them both out. Great stuff. You could, in theory, pull it forward out of those, but nah, we'll just do it properly. There we are. Let me know if you think that's savable. Now, my worry is the hygiene of it. Because yeah, you can see where they've been all scurrying around. But we'll see if we can clean that up. In the meanwhile, we have a far more hospitable car. Got to take these 2 trim pieces out. Then we're more or less done. Now, what I've discovered with this thing, after getting it to just start up again, is everything is fine, minus the interior. So I think once we've done the interior and sorted the wiring out, goes from front to back, then, well, it's more like from front to back, I'm pretty sure, and then back through there. But once we've sorted all that out, I'm hoping they'll kick into life, but we'll obviously see. We've done all the engine and everything's fine, and it starts up in the clip I'll show you now. It literally bangs straight on the button. Absolutely amazing. And then we need to get for a test. I've just done all the brakes and everything and checked them. They're all perfect. You can see them there. It's really, really nice. So the next sort of focus for me, once this is all out, will be, oh Jesus Christ, is cleaning everything up, getting all the interior to pieces and the new sound deadening in, and cleaning off any rust, any rot, any damage. Basically what we did with this. And this is a right peach. Someone might tell me I'm racist for doing that, but apparently that meant okay at one point. Now apparently it could have potentially mean something else, but you know, it is winter. Anyway, so we've got a lot of stuff to do in terms of the interior, which is fantastic because we've started taking that to pieces already. These have got to come out, look a bloody state. And then yeah, we should be good to go. So you'll join me in a second when I start taking all the other crap out. Now we get to the bit that I have been absolutely dreading, which is removing this interior. So the mice absolutely destroyed all of the sound deadening. It went everywhere. Then it leaked. The barn leaked in the car. All over the place. Disgusting. Absolutely rancid. So it's just horrific. Funny thing, actually, I actually just bought a Pi stereogram, a G66 with a Monarch turntable. That's from 1959, and that was stored in a basement for the last 30 years. And even that wasn't as bad as this. And I'll whack that on the screen. And if any of you guys are interested in old random things, let me know in the comments as well, because this is sort of like a bit of a podcasty situation, because nobody wants to listen to me making weird noises, if taken out of context, would sound rather weird while I'm taking an interior to pieces. But you can see here, we're definitely making a lot of progress, and this thing just comes to pieces. You know, I've never ever been a fan of a car falling to pieces unless I've got a tool in my hands. So I'm really happy with that. It's a really easy to pull apart car. I've never known it like it. And the SD1 is just one of those really smart manufactured cars. For example, the modular instruments, and the fact that the steering wheel can simply be moved over to the other side. You know, all the holes and everything are there. All the bodies are manufactured exactly the same, both right and left hand drive. So that's really cool. But yeah, anyway, this thing is really easy to work on. You can see I've skewed the seat removal a bit. On some things I've taken the mounts off, and then on some I've just taken the runners off the mounts, because bolts and stuff going funny. I'd rather not end up with a seat stuck in the car, and then that completely ruin my progress, and then I have to sit there and grind it off. But the carpet is so rancid, it just sticks all the time to everything. Luckily, however, I hired a rug doctor. We originally hired it for the house, but, well, I say that. I actually used it as an excuse so I could, let's clean the sofa. Meanwhile, I take it out and do all of the cars with it. So you can see there that disgusting, that absolutely filthy carpet coming out and revealing a lot of sound deadening. A lot of sound deadening indeed. That is all covered in wee. So we have to now take all that out, and it's sadly all destined for the bin. So this here is all of our sound deadening. Now we'll lift all of it up and have a look underneath. You can see there where dirty rotten animals have destroyed part of it. I mean, that's disgusting. Remove that. Go there. I've actually got some new sound deadening for it. Go there. So this is this floor pan. Now this bung is toast. This is a bit crusty, but it's not gone through. I'm going to hit it a few times with anything. This bung is toast as well. That's obviously for there. Some original sandpaper. If anybody wants to let me know about that. Of course, you've got your transmission tunnel thingamabob as well. It's alright. Let's just go to this side then. This is where a lot of the water is. So, oh shit. Can we smash that through? Nope. These are notoriously annoying. Original rubber band. Let's get this out. Disgusting, look at that. Under here as well, you can see where my bung's gone. They're just some shitty fiberglass things. Gotta have to look at that. Yeah, it looks okay. I'm pleased. I'm best pleased. There's some bits under here. So the build quality's off the chain. This don't really need taking out yet. Oh no, can you just pull it out? How do you set the back seats out? No, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, she is not half bad, to say she is a bit of a box. We're very happy with that. And this hills are nice. Can't obviously see the full extent of it, but this is the stage that I wanted to get to today. I'm going to now clean all of this, and then we're going to have a look at all the wiring, make sure front to back that's looking good, because in there that's not looking good, etc, etc. Then we're going to do the big clean though first, because my god, if you think I'm working in this, you are delusional. Because this is disgusting. Let's have a gander. Oh shit, god, it's so also brittle. Yeah, just need to treat all this and get it all spick and span. I mean, I'm not, no offense, I'm not driving around in a car that's that's like, you know, just like wading through bloody water all the time. That's not looking particularly great. You've got these tabs. If this was a Ford, these tabs would be falling off. Set this off as well. Pointless. Right. Yeah, these tabs are a nightmare. As you can see, that one's coming off. They always break. But yeah, we're not looking too bad. Very weird wiring system. It's like a junction. See there, there's like a junction there. Weird. So what we'd need to do now is clean all this up. So I'm going to go get some disinfectant, the bleach, some fire, napalm, a few atomic bombs, and we'll come back to it. So I've done all the floor. Now I just need to red oxide it and get a few of these like tinier bits. It's all surface rust, which is absolutely great. Get a few of the little bits off again, keep going, and then I'm going to hoover it all up. To be honest with you, floor pan wasn't too bad. I've ground any rust off that I can see, and I've covered it in red oxide. That should stem the bleeding. And yeah, oh, there's a bit there I've missed. I'll get that. So here's our carpet out of our car. There are our seats out of the car as well. We need to clean these up. I have hired a Dr. Rug, so he can fix these sort of things. Now we're going to can all that. It's pointless, it's useless. You can see in there obviously it's drying out, so that's fine. Do the back seats as well, that's pretty good. And I've also cleaned the headrest as well. Now I've got some sound deadening coming as well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get the electrics working at the back before I lay all this stupid sound deadening, or in fact I'll lay it to make it easier to work in, and I'll leave the wiring on top. I think that seems like a good idea. I know it seems a bit silly, but I think that's a decent idea. So we'll do that. But yeah, we're doing all right. It actually smells decent. It smells like mold and mildew spray, but it doesn't smell like mold and mildew anymore, which is great. I'm also going to be taking that off. So yeah, we'll be taking more and more and more and more of the interior out, which is fantastic. So we'll get the Rug Doctor and set to that. Okay, look at that. I can't get rid of those stupid stains, but it is what it is. That's pretty damn good. Just got to wipe those two pads down. These haven't come up a treat, I'm afraid. Seats have though. Pretty happy with that. This is the main thing there. These are all just boot carpet. I mean, I can figure out how to make those myself, but this carpet's fine, so that's pretty good, and it doesn't smell like rat pee and poo anymore. If we just look in here, that's disgusting. Look at how gross all that is. Gosh dang. Let's get that out of there. Ooh. Yeah, look at that. That is quite the thing. That's quite the substance we've got there. Carpetinium. Yeah, it's disgusting. So yeah, this poor machine. Rug Doctor are going to get it back and burn it. But yeah, that's pretty good. So we're going to have to wait for that to dry before we put it back in. In the meantime, it's arrived, so we'll put this in. It's all of a sudden gone very rancid outside, but to be honest with you, I'm not too fussed, because this car's actually pretty comfortable and pretty hospitable now, and it doesn't smell like wee or poo or anything that comes out of something's ass or other area. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now we still have a ways to go with some other stuff, but that's fine, we'll still keep going.
I'm just going to stick a little bit of sound editing on the roof. I'm not going to do what I originally planned to do because it seems a bit too much. And yeah, we'll go from there. So, see, I've got some down already on here, which is great. So we just need to sort all this out and then we're nearly done. Not a bad go of it, if I do say so myself. More to be taken down there. We can see where I'm pointing with my foot with the thingy in it. More to be taken down there, but other than that, we're pretty much done. You see there, of course, it's not a Rolls Royce, but it is a damn sight better. Done the roof as well, a little bit, make it a little bit better. Yeah, that's it. I'm really happy with that. So, cool. We'll move on to the next bit. The next thing was the removal of the instruments. Mice had been on here as well and decided to use that as a toilet, as they do. Incredibly inconsiderate of them. So, of course, we had to take those out. Half of the blimmin' lights and everything weren't working. The dials weren't working properly, sort of very intermittent. So, it was time to take that out. And as you know, I'm a big clock time-telling device fan. I've got a few watches. I love watches. Let me know if you like watches as well below. I've got a tiny little collection at the moment. But this has a clock on it that tells the time, and it must tell the time once more. So we decided, well, I decided myself to take that out and work on that and see if we can get it working again. It's a little LED. I think it's a... Is it LED? Something like that. It's like an old calculator, but pre the little liquid crystal display. Yeah, it's an LED one, I think. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I don't necessarily enjoy watching myself on these, but you can see me cringing, and I'm secondhand cringing at the how gross and filthy all this stuff is. Again, we clean this up a bit later on, but gosh damn, it was a bit weird. So there we go. We've got that off. See on the back, decent bit of oxidation. Just get all that cleaned up. Probably take the front off as well and clean the inside of it up. I kind of messed that one up, but who cares? I can just sort of pull that back and make that work again. You can see on there, it's had a leak at some point and it's messed that up. So that's fine, we'll just sort that out. And yeah, that's pretty good. We've nearly got it all to bits, and we just need to, there's one last bit that doesn't work, which is the rear lights, so we need to look at that. That's the next thing on the list. However, I want to get all these working, even the little, you know, the lights for the dials and everything, even they don't work. You know, these ones here, because it has like separate ones for the dials. Can I get them out? Are they the twisty type or the pulley type? I'll figure that out, but you can see in there, good bit of oxidation in there. So it's going to be taking this all to bits, cleaning it all up, making it nice, then sticking it back in. Get the other one. Same again for our other friend here. You even see that little quartz crystal on the back, I think it is. Is it? Yep. These little crystals on the back, fairly oxidized. That's oxidized as well, and you can see in the bottom of there, that's probably why that doesn't work. So we're going to clean all that up, make all that pretty good, and then we should be fine again. Should be able to put it back in there, but for now we'll leave her as she is, clean all that up and see what sort of a difference we can make out of that, make it not as putrid. Any SD1 experts out there, what relays am I missing? Because it looks like I'm missing a few. There's also this neat bit of kit in there, if you can see it. There's like a wire to sort of bypass something, God knows what. Again, more wires here, some earths that need to be cleaned. This is wiring for some silly with aftermarket unit. I think it just delays the interior lights, but the interior lights now don't work. That's fantastic. But yeah, we'll carry on, keep fighting the good fight, and then we'll reconvene. But basically, jobs today are just all the interior stuff. But yeah, you can see we've made a lot of progress, and the engine and everything, I mean, she's bang on, bang on. In this part, we are cleaning the dash top or the instrument mount or whatever the heck you call it. It was gross as out. There was a lot of dust, a lot of items that were very weird and very gross. But you can imagine the car's from 1984, so it's not, you know, the cleanest. Again, you can see here I'm sort of sorting the dash top out, making sure it's all a little bit less rusty, and I cleaned that as well with a bit of mould and mildew and got rid of that mouse-ness off of it. Used a wire brush, sadly did slip and, you know, hit the dash once, whoops, but I'll clean that up, it wasn't too bad damage. But it's just nice to do these little things, it's these nice little finishing touches and these nice bits where you know that you've put that little bit of extra effort in.
It's getting dark, but I've fixed the interior lighting. I think, though, yeah, these are not doing particularly well. However, rear lights work, interior lights work. I think we just need new bulbs for these suckers because they look quite bad. Let's do this one and see what this does. Usually they'd come on when you turn it off, wouldn't they? And you open the door. Nah, nothing. God damn it. We'll keep going then. Well, we fixed these, which are the worst thing to fix. Now we need to do is fix that horn. So let's keep going in the dark.
I tend to overdo these things. I'll finish work, I'll come straight home and just do this. And I'll do it until it literally is unworkable. Did the same thing with the coupe, doing the same with this. In this clip, you can see me screwing the instruments back together after giving them a good clean.
I know we're a bit high on the revs, so apologies, but you'll have to forgive me. So there you can see we have all of our lights now working, which is fantastic. Even our clock works. So you can do all your clock related items with your clock, which is pretty cool. So I'm happy with that. Set the time to now if I wanted to. But yeah, we're getting there. Nearly all that is working. Just need these two up here to work now. We should be good as gold for the interior, so that's brilliant. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. So to carry on, turn all that stuff off. You can see at the back, all working there. So get our windows working as well again, because we've got a bit of a window related problem. None of them seem to be as chipper as they once were. We'll sort that out, but we've got this part of the electrics working, which is great.
Now it's time to put the center console back in. As you can see, I have assembled the whole dash back together. Both glove boxes are on, which is another really cool SD1 feature. The instruments are back in and all working again with the binnacle surround on them. I also need a flat dash top for it if anybody knows any leads on how to get one sorted, or I might try a bit of DIYing on my own. With this car, it's certainly very easy to put back together. I think there's about 6 screws that hold the center console in, and I bet I'm now going to be told that I've missed a few. I was missing a few from the factory, but a lot of people slag these cars off, but these were fairly well built, to be honest with you. Compared to a lot of cars at the time, these were just about on par with them. I mean, that Cortina of mine, comparing that to something like an earlier SD1 or a P6, it's built just about as well. So you can't really slag them off that much. A lot of people look at other brands through rose tinted glasses, and that's just something I'll never get. It's just a bit weird.
So that is it, everybody. We've got all the interior electrics working. We've got all the electrics working minus the washer pumps. That's the final step towards the MOT. And we have done a little bit of work all over the car. Now, let me know about any suggestions that you have, any help that you can do, drop in the comments, let me know. We are cracking on with this, and this is going to be a proper job, not some sort of rush job where you get an MOT slapped on it and go, I've restored it, because those sorts of people don't know how to restore cars. We're doing a full-on job on this. Again, replaced all the interior sound deadening, cleaned all the carpets, cleaned all the seats. Seats are due to go back in the next video, and I will see you then. Thank you for watching. Keep watching. Remember to subscribe for more of this, and I'll see you in the next one.